Welcome back to City Skylines with me, Biffa, here in the city of Teaport, and we have the mass cattle migration of 2020. I don't know what the year is in Teaport, I've no idea. Look, they've had enough. They're like, no, we're off. We're off. We're not coming back. I've got a joke for you. Why did the pig cross the road? Aha, and the sheep, and the Highland cows. Where the heck? Where the heck are they all going? They're leaving. Thanks for coming, everybody. It's fantastic to have you. But yeah, they're like, we're off. We are not hanging around any longer. It's just fantastic. Well, what's happened is I've moved their home. I've moved their home to over here. There they go. There they go. Heading off to their new home. Come on. All the cows in the pen. Yep. Here we are. They're home. That's exactly where they need to be. Let's just zoom back out again. So I'd put these processing buildings from taking the crops to turn them into animal products. I'd put them on the fertile land down here, which isn't a good idea. You don't need to do that. We want to keep the fertile land free for all of our fruit fields and that sort of thing. I am going to move one of these all the way over to here. There we go. So if these guys need anything, they can come and get them from there. I'm just wondering, actually, I might just change these roads here. I'm going to make these one way coming in. There we go. So they can come up here, grab those things, or get dropped off by other trucks, and then come down there like that. They'd have to go round. We could even just put a little connection across there so they can come back round, join up to those. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll work perfectly well. And then all we need to do is just set these roads up. And then we're going to start planning our mass transit for today. That is the idea. So let's just set this all right up. That's got left and right. Don't need dedicated turning lanes yet. That'll all work perfectly well. I've also added in another small fruit field because we were importing an absolute ton of stuff. That is just going to happen naturally in the game anyway. We'll try and keep an eye on that. So here we go. Back on over to our main part of our city. Heading up towards 3,000 citizens. Our next unlock is 5,000, but we do have access to some mass transit. We have buses, we have trams, we have ships, taxis, tours, and all sorts of things. And I always think this is like a drone. We have drones for dragging people around the city. No, we don't have drones. So let's just pop these up a touch. We're going to use some trams, and one of my very lovely patron supporters who's on my Discord has helpfully made for me some Teaport styled trams, and we'll get to see those once we set up our tram lines. So let us have a look. I would like to set the tram depot up over here in this section, but we're going to ping our tram depot in there. So where do we want our tram running? I mean, this road we've got down here just seems to me like the perfect place to run a tram down the middle. But we are going to be upgrading this road to highway roads at some point. Our highway that's going to go all the way through. So maybe we're going to do something a little bit different. Now, one of the things you will notice with your houses, let's take a look at this. We worked out that each level has varying needs so they can be upgraded. So this one down here, they want more education. I think this one up here, increase the value of the land, but also to help with this is giving them access to transportation. So if we have either bus lines or we keep running out of electricity, if we have bus lines or trams or anything else going through the middle here, that is going to help them to upgrade. So when we're looking at our city and planning out our tram, what do we need to keep in mind? Well, we need to keep in mind where people want to move to and from to. So if we go into our zoning area, the residential occupants want to move over here to the commercial zone shops, and they also want to come over here to the industry so they can work as well. So you want to keep those two things in mind. These people up here have got a long way to travel to get over to work. At the minute they're all driving. Traffic is okay, but as we add in more mass transit, we are going to help with that traffic. Also, you want to take a look at your city and see places that people are going to want to go to. So here we have an elementary school and a high school. So certainly a stop around here somewhere. We do have path connections, so that would work well. Down here we have another elementary school. We have a park. People want to visit those. So let's try and run our tram through here. We are going to straight away use the 2-lane road with tram tracks. Traffic isn't too bad through here, so I'm not too worried about that. I am thinking about running it all the way along here. So let's upgrade this road for sure. I clicked and nothing happened. Oh, it's auto-save. Well, I'll have a quick sip of tea then. There we go. Fantastic. So we're going to run that along here. I'm then going to run it up here. So we're going to have plenty of stops down there. And then this, I think, is going to run parallel to the river. We've got this park here. So I reckon this road along here. And we are going to have to use the Anarchy mod. There we go to get that in. Excellent. And then that may end up just running around the back in sort of a big loop. There we go. That'll be good coverage for that. But I also want to run this tram up through the middle here as well. So I'm thinking maybe this road here. Not enough money? What the heck are you talking about? I was making so much money before. I should run the game on a faster speed. Let's just take a look at what we're spending money on at the moment. So our taxes, 11 and 12%, that's fine. Our electricity coverage is humongous and our water coverage is humongous. We can drop these all the way back down again. Let's give that a go. If you want to see what mods I've got, there is a link to a collection in the description below, so you can go and check those out. So where was I going to go? I was going to go up this one here, and then that's quite near to this. So then if we run... Let's have a look. If we just run that straight into there, so we can have a line go up there, a line go up there. Then let's connect these two over here. So I'm just going to use the tram track. We don't need this to be a road because we have our main road. So let's see what we can do here. There we go. I think that'll do. I'm trying to sort of keep it in line with this bridge here, so it sort of runs parallel to it. But yeah, that'll do. That's lined us up nicely. And then we've got this connection here. So at the minute they can get to the shops, they can get to the schools. This is all within walking distance. I'm just wondering, actually, I'm going to change this little connection here. We're going to downgrade that back to what it was. And we're going to take this one and we're going to go up here instead and across there. There we go. So they can get off up here, walk around the top to that school, or they can walk up there to that school. Look at that. And immediately you can see people upgrading because they're like, yeah, we absolutely love the fact that we've got this extra nice road next to us. That's why we will upgrade all of these roads eventually to something nicer. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have this as the tram turnaround at the end. So that connects back up to this tram again. We've also got this sort of loop here and a connection over there. And ping, we need that there. And then I think I'm going to run this along up here and connect over here somewhere, just so we don't have to monkey with any of this. Let's just see how that goes. There we go. I like that. Running up alongside the road and all the paths that we've got here really add into this infrastructure. Like we said, we'll come back and do some detailing. Do you know what? I've moved that all the way up to here, but we are going to put some fences in there at some point. So I can sort that out. I can move that back. But we are now connected to our tram network, which comes along here. But we still want to get people over to this side without sort of... I don't really want to run it down the road over here. We know these roads are going to get pretty busy. Let's just have a quick look at Willow Grove, see how that's going. Willow Grove. Still importing crops, even though we've got all of these. I'll tell you what that is. That is because this is set to balanced. So every time some of these are used, that puts a call out. We need more crops. And it won't always bring them from here because that's just the way the game works sometimes. If I put this on empty, it will only be used as a buffer when it's needed. I'm going to do that. We'll give that a go. See how that works. So what we could do here is we could run this and sort of meander it over to our industry area to give people access. So let's grab that and let's see what we can do over here. I think that'll work okay. So let's add our stops in. We're going to have a stop over here. I don't want these to cross over necessarily. So if we went that side and then back out, no, let's go this side. There we go. Yes, we'll go that side there. We'll have another stop over here. We will put some paths and things in. We don't need any stops around there for now, but we'll have one there. And then that's going to come all the way along here. And I'm going to add some stops along here because we do have crossroads. We do have our path network, which they can walk to and from. So we'll do that. And then which side of the road are we going to be coming down? This way. Okay. So then let's head into this. This will be interesting to try and work out. So if we come down this side of the road, have a stop there. I'm trying to keep them away from the junctions, but unfortunately it does sort of jump with the node. So I'll keep them away from this junction here and have it down here. And then we'll come down this way in the middle of there. And then we'll sort of go every other block like this. And then this is going to loop back round. So we'll go all the way to the top. And then we'll cut back down again. They will cross over here, actually. We could stop that, couldn't we? If we go this way instead. We'll go up there. Down there. And then we'll do opposite side of the road. See, look, people are upgrading. They've got their stops in. Yeah, on the way back, let's do the opposite side of the road as well. It's not too far to walk to get to paths and things. And then down here, we're going to come this way. So we'll go there. We'll go here. So now we're getting access to the shops. Let's do another stop up there. Now we're going to come over there, over here. Which side of the road? Yeah, let's go. Again, we're going to keep them spread out. So there, we've got access to the park. We'll do one there. We'll do one there. We'll do one there. One at the top. And now we're heading back. Excellent. So we don't need any stops along here. We'll do the other side of the road there. The other side of the road there. I'm going to pause the game before this stop completes. We'll do these side of the roads here too. There we go. Complete line. Excellent. Didn't think that was going to do it for a minute because, yeah, we're going to be building things up here, so we want to give them access. Excellent. Right, so let's take a look at that line before we do anything else. So we'll open up our public transports. Grab whichever one our trams are. I can never remember. It's one of these. There we go. Tram line 1. So we want to pick a model. And it's not letting us pick a different model. Darn it. Okay, let me just check the models that I've got set up. And we're going to definitely put down the amount of trams we've got there as well. I will be right back with you. Well, while I get to the bottom of that, I may have to install a mod to have access to them, but we'll come back to those. But I'm definitely going to drop this down. We'll just use this modifier here. I think 6 trams is perfectly enough for what we need. Let's wait for the trams to come out. Here they come. So I am going to follow this tram, and we're going to get a little mini tour. So let's use this mod here. Oh, look at that. A nice front view. And let's get a tour around TeaVille. Why not? So we're in the industry area, the beginning of it over here, where we have the trash collection and all that sort of stuff. Look at those views of the mountains. That is absolutely lovely, isn't it? And then we're heading over to our lovely residential area. Oh, along what is soon going to be the highway. But don't... Oh, people waiting already. Flipping heck. That is fantastic. What the residents don't know yet is this is going to be upgraded to a highway. Please don't tell them. They are going to be very unhappy. But, yeah. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. So past the pedestrian bridge, up and over the tram bridge. We're going to get a really nice view over the top here. That is looking brilliant. Oh, so many people waiting already. We're going to be saving so many car journeys. And we're going to be upgrading so many houses as well. That is absolutely fantastic. So what you've got to be careful when you're using these tram lines that are built into the roads is, of course, you can sort of get in the way of other cars. If there's enough room, they will overtake when you pull over to pick up some passengers. But yeah, you've got to really keep an eye on that. Oh, so far there is people at every single stop, and I can see the stops on the other side of the road filled with people as well, which, well, hang on, one of their customers, leave them alone. So yeah, we are so flipping heck, that delivery driver, he's got a rush on, hasn't he? So yeah, saving so many car journeys. That's fan-flipping-tastic. Yeah, we're now at the turnaround square bit that we did at the end, because that's the highway again. And then we're going to head back along and over to the other residential area, to the other side of the river. Our final stop before we cross over the bridge to the other side of the river and start serving our residents of Teaport over here. What the heck is that? Someone's been sweeping their leaves into the middle of the track. Yeah, we need to sort that out. And now we're coming back over the bridge again, through the leaves that people have swept all on our track, and we're going to head over to the industry area. Thank you so much for all the suggestions that you put in the comments of all the names for the industry area. Once this little tour's finished, I'm going to go and pick one of those and we'll announce the person. Look at those people waiting. We might need more trams, you know. They're absolutely loving the trams. We'll announce the chosen name for our forestry-related, tea-related name. You guys always blow it out the water. You come up with so many fantastic tea-related pun names and all that sort of goodness. So yeah, and look at this. I love the bridges with this path that we use there with all sort of the green algae and stuff on it. I just think it makes it look more realistic. Someone needs to come along and clean the bridges. Right, let's head over to our industry area. And here we go, the little turnaround at the end of the industry area, and we're almost back to where we started. So let's jump out of this view. We'll just pause the game there. There we go, excellent. So let's take a look at the line details, line overview. So at the minute, 29 stops, 6 vehicles, 63 passengers. Let's just quickly scroll through here. So that one has got a reasonable amount of people on, lots of people waiting there. Yeah, so I think the amount of trams that we're using at the moment would be great. Car trip saved, 100%. What? Of how well the line performs at making car owners prefer public transport over driving. So does that mean all of the people are using trams and not driving at all? I mean, that would just be unbelievable. So let's have a look. We've got one car on the road. I mean, we saw cars on the road as we were going around. But out of 100% of people that were asked whether they would use the tram, 100% of them said yes, which is good. So anyway, that's definitely going to help with getting people around, as we have seen. And that will increase as our area gets bigger as well. Okay, I now have the option to change the tram models that are used on here. What I did, just to show you, I used the loading screen mod. Let's just jump into here, and I had to tick load enabled assets. But first of all, in my asset panel, I disabled all of my assets because I had thousands. I want to start from scratch, and I've only enabled these new trams. So if we go to our line details, we can now pick our different trams. We have ones with 3 cars, 5 cars, 7 cars, and 9 cars. I'm thinking the smaller ones would be good for here for now. So let us pick those. And that's going to remove all the trams that are currently on the line and send out brand new trams. So let's take a look at these. Thank you very, very much to Archangel who made these models for us. I do really appreciate that. So hopefully any second now, we're going to see the old ones going away. And then the new ones will come out. Whoa, here we go. Let's just pause this a moment. So let's just zoom into these ones and the difference. What have we got? We have the Teaport tram link on the front. I think that's fantastic. I like that. And then we have, let's just zoom in down here, the Teaport logo. Look at that. 2 little tea leaves there. I think that looks very, very cool. And the fact that we've got the different lengths as well. So these little small ones are fantastic for going around the streets. Yep, they'll work at unbunching themselves, don't worry. And then the slightly longer 7 or 9 we can have for direct links. Yeah, it's going to take a while before they keep moving. But I think that looks brilliant. And here come the trams into the city, which is fantastic. I've just bowed this road a little bit so it's less of a tight corner. But yeah, so that's going to keep people out of their cars and hopefully moving freer around the city. And now we have a couple of other things we just need to take a look at. We've got a few deaths now happening in our city, and we have got unlocked the cemetery, and I'm 99% sure we do not have a cemetery yet. No, we don't. So, as you can see, when you pop these down against a road, it does have an area of effect, and these will also help your citizens to upgrade their houses. As yet, we haven't unlocked the crematorium, which is nice and small, and that would sort of probably fit one in here and cover that area. So, I don't want to delete any more houses over there, so we're going to take our cemetery and we're going to pop it down all the way over here. So, the area of effect will affect these people. They'll get nice and happy. Maybe a couple over here. Yeah, so bigger than you think. But they will still come and collect any bodies that they need to right over here on the other side of the city. That is not a problem. There we go. And the hearses are rolling out. And that will take care of our citizens. Excellent. Let me grab this path here. So at the moment, if anybody wants to get from here to over here, they've still got to walk all the way around. What I neglected to do in the previous episode was just add some paths going across like that. So I'm just going to pick some sort of random places here and there. Let's turn off that one. I don't want to make it too regimented where they go. It is going to mean that we're going to lose a couple of houses here and there, but I think that will be fine. There we go, that'll do, just to give them some more walking options going around, which is fantastic. And I'm pretty sure we have all of our needs taken care of. We do have the option now as well of the Child Healthcare Centre and the Elder Care. Now, these are very good, worth keeping an eye on. The Child Healthcare Centre increases birth rates within the building's radius, so we certainly want to start using one of those. And the Elder Care offers treatment particularly for the elderly and extends the lifespan of the elderly. So I think the reason these two were added in is to stop the sort of death waves that you would get in a city. So for instance, if you just zoned all of this in one go, all the citizens arrive exactly the same age, and then they will die exactly the same age, and that's how you get death waves through a city. You can work around that by zoning things in smaller chunks so they come in at different ages, or you can use these two items here, or you can use the mod that I've got, which will also doesn't stop you using these two items here, but works along with them. If we go into my mod options, we are using a mod called Life Cycle Rebalanced something. I can't remember what the last thing is there. There's a lot of different options you can go through, but the main thing is that when citizens come in, they arrive at a variety of ages, and when they die at a variety of ages. So it just adds that extra touch of realism to your city. But I would like to increase the birth rate for sure, and help people to live a bit longer. So can we fit one of these in here somewhere? And that would cover, look at that, if we put it over here somewhere, that will cover pretty much everything we've made so far. So could we just maybe repurpose this little spot here? Let's do that. Let's remove those houses. Let's remove that path there, and that path there, and that path there. And then I am going to, oh, is it unlocked yet? Oh, darn it, I wanted to use one of these. Tiny, right, have we got another little tiny road? We have, 2-lane alley. Let's have that. And I want this 2-lane alley to go from there to there. There we go. So our path still connects. These houses are going to disappear. We will grab our Child Healthcare Centre, and that is going to go in the middle here. You can go. Thank you very much. And then we're going to add a little park behind it as well. Bouncy Castle Park. Oh, not quite big enough. All right, okay. Let's just use the Move It mod. I'm going to select that. Hold Shift, select that. Select that. And also the end of that path. Just nudge that up to these houses, and we should be able to fit that park in right behind here. Fan-flipping-tastic. There we go. Child Healthcare Centre with a bouncy castle park behind. That is cool. And let's just pretty up this area a little bit as well. There we go, nothing too complicated. Few trees, couple of rocks, And it just makes the area look like it should be there, which is fantastic. So that is going to increase the birth rate in our city. And I believe we can click on that. There we go. That's going to get some visitors as well. And there is an option that we can check out over here, which will give us some extra information about that. If we go to our childcare tab, there we go. It shows where we have our childcare. And it shows the increase of birth rate. So that's worth keeping an eye on. And then, of course, we have our elder care, which at the minute is at 53 years. So let's see where we could put that. This is quite a large building. And again, we want to try and cover a big area of the map. I'm wondering whether we could repurpose this little area just down here. There we go. So now we have our elder centre, which is fantastic. We've got some trees along this area here. And I'm thinking if we can add a teeny tiny little park in here, that is always going to help as well. Is that going to look okay with it slightly overlapped? Yeah, that looks perfectly fine. That is more like a kiddie's little playground, isn't it? I think that fits okay. Coming to visit their elderly relatives, and then the kids can have a little play afterwards. Brilliant. So that is going to help increase the age of our citizens in pretty much this whole area as well. So heading back on over to Willow Grove over here, we are now producing enough of the items that we need to keep our animal products going, and we're outputting some as well, which is fantastic. We do need to get some more workers to get this to upgrade. We need to get up to 350, so we'll look at that in a minute. But the name has been picked by Jason Maynard, if I can say it correctly. Now, keeping in mind, we do have a lot of cows over here. I think we've got sheep, pigs, and cows now because I moved them. These were cows. We'll keep the sheep. So we've got Highland cows, and sheep. Cows are pretty gaseous, aren't they? They produce a lot of methane, I am understanding. So we are going to call this Farty Grove, which I thought was an absolutely fantastic pun. There we go. Farty Grove fits with the fits with the farts. Fits with the tea theme and fits with the cow theme as well. Brilliant. So what else can we pop in here to help this upgrade? We do have some other options that we've unlocked now. So we've got a flour mill, which will take some of our crops and turn them into flour, and that will produce that and make some extra money for us. We pop that at the end there. Cars are coming up this way. They can pick up some crops from here and drop them off there as well. And any cars that, any freight trucks they want to send out as well, they can just go around this loop and pick them up. So that should be pretty good. And that should start earning us some money as well. Hopefully quite quickly. And how many extra jobs has that added? So we're now up to 230 workers. Still not quite the 350. As look, you can see there, look, now we're randomly importing some things. We can't help that. It does happen. So, yeah, let's see how much extra profit that will gain us over a period of time. I also want to add some walking paths I've neglected to do through here to help anybody come into these stops to be able to get over there. Because at the minute, they can't. If we run that along there, I'm pretty sure the fact that that is touching there is good enough for that. And then we're going to run this path down here as well. Let's come all the way down to there. And again, that is pretty much touching there. We can give that a little nudge over. Nudge. There we go. And I think that, just monkey with that a little bit, I think that would definitely help. Okay, and also now to spend my 8,000 well-earned cash, and I'm going to put a small warehouse in here. There we go. So that's on this road's heading out in this direction, so that's good. And we want it to hold flour, which is great. So we are going to put this, I'm going to put this on empty, and I'm going to put it on flour. So at the minute, we're just selling our flour. It's not being used anywhere else in the city. So if needs be, it can be picked up and put into here and held. But most of the time it's just going to be taken out of our city and sold, which will work very well. I've also added some more small pear fruit fields in here and just budge them all up. So I'm really trying to keep on top of making sure we are producing plenty of our own crops. And that's added some more workers. We're up to 270. We need 350. We're so close. Well, I think things are really starting to take off in TeaVille. We've got some nice infrastructure, some nice mass transit. We're taking the care of the needs of everybody. We're expanding. We're so close to hitting that next target as well. And our industry is doing fantastic. We're earning money. I think this is a brilliant start to our new city of Teaport. I think I said TeaVille a minute ago. Did I? I keep thinking that I'm saying the wrong city name, but we all know which city we're talking about. This one, our brand new one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, don't miss out, and check out the next video on the screen as well. Something else that I'm sure will tickle your fancy. And thank you very much for all of your support. I do appreciate it. Take care, everybody. I will see you very soon for the next video. Bye-bye.